Welcome back to another edition of the Combat and Strength podcast. Thanks for all the feedback from last week's show. Big special thank you to Jamie for coming on, being our first guest in the studio. Well received by all your fans, been fantastically. There's been some good feedback, really, I think. Joe, what do you reckon, mate?
Been some great feedback. Wongy didn't talk much, though. He had a sore throat, had a bit of a cold.
Did.
So a few people said to me, what was wrong with Master Wong?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Well,
I'm perfectly good. But the problem, a little bit of, sometimes when you're teaching and you've got a sick student, that's the problem.
You mean, so what's the problem? You teaching or the sick student? Because I'm not
That
quite
sick
sure.
student.
I'm not quite sure. You know what I mean?
Coming in, that's the problem.
I think maybe the student thinks he's got to come in and be sick.
Properly,
You know what I mean? He's got a sick
And the
man
way they're
teacher.
changing as well,
Sick
isn't it?
man teacher, but the cold. You sound better this week, though, mate.
No, it's a lot better, man.
That's the main
A lot
thing,
better,
man. What you been up to, Joe? What's been happening?
What have I been doing? We're still planning for next year, first quarter of next year.
Good.
And with the 10K white collar boxing show.
Good. Can one get involved in that?
Would you have a white collar boxing fight, Wongy?
What the hell's white collar boxing?
Well, it's
not a brown collar
it's a boxing fight, basically.
But it's illegal fighting. They just call it white collar now.
Oh,
It's
right.
not
Illegal.
It's fucking illegal, Joe.
It's sanctioned.
Let's have it right. It's illegal.
It's sanctioned.
Is it?
Yeah.
By who?
By the World White Collar governing body.
Whoever made them
How'd
up
you
was
like
a
that
very smart individual.
How do you like
I had
that?
to circumnavigate the law. Look, listen,
Watch that
Mike.
mic.
I had to circumnavigate the law.
Yeah, no.
Let's make it legal. Call it
It's
white
legal.
collar. It's crime, innit?
Well, basically, you're up for a fight.
You up for it? You want to get involved?
What, for boxing?
No,
I don't-
karate.
Karate. I don't box. I won't be able to make it on that one.
No.
Won't be able to make it.
Nah.
Boxing.
Boxing, yeah, they
Yeah.
may be, but not karate.
Not karate, maybe. I don't know.
Why? You might get a kick in your face.
Probably
Yeah?
Yeah,
But you would
slightly.
block it though. I thought you showed me how to block on that one. Right?
slightly different kind of competition. Slightly different than normal stuff. innit?
Fighting's fighting though, Wong.
It's
You
not
get
the
in
same
there,
now.
have it out. I mean,
See,
whatever.
it's-
like,
they're
it's
different
a diff-
styles,
Yeah,
different
it's a
styles.
different, not just different, it's a different attention, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Competition is different to when we're doing the stuff for the street. It's slightly different, innit? Attention is different, innit? Your attention for winning trophy. I attention to smack your fucking face in.
Well, why can't you do that in the 10K karate thing?
It's just slightly different because I don't want to kill him and
Don't wanna kill
done
him.
for murder.
True. But it's legal. Look, he just said it's legal.
It's
Why?
legal?
It's sanctioned murder. Look, I'm only joking, Joe. Like, I'm not trying to belittle your show, son.
That's nice, isn't it?
We know it's legal, and white collar is great for those who are not quite going to make the grade. Yeah, I said it. What have you been up to, mate? What's been going on?
Me? Yeah, I organised stuff for the Vietnam trip.
All right,
Vietnam.
okay. When's that?
May the 16th next year.
Talk to us about the trip, though. How many people are you taking out
Yeah,
there?
it's around about 30 people, and they're going to be in the place called Phu Lam. Phu Long. So like the
Hold on a minute. Do you know what? You don't know where you're going. Do you know where you're flying from?
Yeah.
Where are you flying from? Wong?
From England to Hanoi.
Right, let's start again, because we know it's in Vietnam, huh? You don't want to lose no one.
Hanoi is
Right,
the
Hanoi.
north of Vietnam.
Okay.
So it's going to be on a
So what, is it near your ass?
yeah, quite far away from where I come from. Yeah, where I come from in
Okay.
Vietnam. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And it's going to be very nice. It's going to be the sort of like very exclusive. Yeah. So it's not a lot of people allowed to be catered for. Only 30 people, the maximum. And they've got
30 people?
30 people allowed.
Okay, so it's
and
exclusive?
Very exclusive. Yeah. It's
You want to say
very
that
nice.
again, Wong?
Very
I
exclusive.
told you we was going to
Yeah.
work on his diction. I did say.
I get in there, man. My English
No,
getting
doing
good,
good,
you
doing
know.
good, doing good.
Yeah. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good fun. Training in the morning, sightsee throughout the day, and then training in the evening.
Two sessions every day.
2 sessions every day.
How many days?
14 days we over there.
Oh, wow.
14 days, yeah.
Wow, it's a long one.
And it's a long one, and it's built into sightsee. So you don't training. It's
You
going
do
to
a
be
bit of both.
Yeah, it's boring. So when in the morning we're going to do a lot of early morning in the mountain. So it's going to be enough up there quite far. You don't see no houses. It's going to be like green, you know, everything green, nice, tai chi.
Up and the hills. So is it
Up the hill,
You know,
that's
like
right.
I've got. You know what I've got in my mind. I've got fog.
No, man. It's going to be
And
nice.
I've got. You can't see certain. And you wake up. I've got mist.
It's not going to
I've
like
got all
England,
these
man.
things in
It's
my
not
mind.
going to be like England where there's loads of shit. That's why we go to
But
Vietnam.
no, when you go so high up. Even in Jamaica, you know, when you go up Blue Mountain. Have you been up Blue Mountain?
It's gonna
To the
be.
top. When you go up to the top of Blue Mountain, there's a point where you can't see past because there's like a cloud.
It's
around.
only when it's
It's
November
low
or
cloud,
January.
isn't it?
When
It's low cloud.
Yeah, when when
I
the
call it fog or mist.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it mystical. I'm trying to
Mi-
build
mist
it up.
comes-
yeah, but it is no good if you can't see shit.
True.
I mean, what's the point if you can't see nothing up the mountain? I mean, come on,
How are you
man.
getting up the mountain first? Are you trekking up the mountain?
Yeah, tracking up there. It's gonna be the goddamn fun, you know. It's gonna be so fun. People, anybody want to training and want to size it together in one hit. That's the best one because you cannot train all the time 7 hours.
No,
You
no.
can't. You have to break it up and you got to go inside, see, look at some nice scenery and have some nice food. And it's going to be the first time I work on it, the first time, so it's going to be good.
So this is the
What
first
is,
time.
what is the rough cost of it?
Everything included.
Yeah.
Everything included. It not include plane. Everything included.
Yeah.
Hotel, food, training, transfer, everything is £1,200.
Wow.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
cheap.
It's very cheap. Yeah.
Cheap.
And,
Wait,
yeah.
hold on. What are you feeding them? Or they got to bring their own dinner money?
No, everybody gonna
They gotta bring
have
their own
everything
package.
cover. Everything go included. The food gonna be good. It's gonna be nice, sort of like seafood sort of thing. But it's gonna be very nice. Travel include sightsee, so you got a guy take you around, and then
2
it's gonna
weeks,
be lovely.
£1,200.
Yeah,
and
it's-
then £1,200, then you've got to get your flights.
That's it, flight, and I said fly about I don't know 500 to 700, depend how you book and where you book them from. Where you
depends
fly.
where you
Let
come
me ask
from,
you a
yeah.
serious question though. For the serious fighter, for the serious, for somebody who seriously loves this whole boxing.
Fighter, martial artist.
Martial
Sorry,
artist, yeah, not fighter, yeah.
Fighter, martial artist. You said it's open for everybody.
Exactly.
Some
So
people
why-
just want to
they're
fight.
not fighters, are they?
Some people.
Yeah,
All right, sorry, I
to the
stand.
general public.
I stand
Yeah,
correct.
general
I
public,
stand
yeah.
correct. I stand correct.
Yeah.
To the the serious martial artists,
it-
or even the not so serious martial artists.
Yeah.
What can they expect by way of training? Have you-
We will pay for individually needs. So if people not very good, we pay them up and pay for specifically. And in the afternoon time, I will find out what they are before we go over there. Anyway, we give them the question, some question to fill in. We give them what I do, basic, intermediate, and advanced. So we pair them up in the right group of people.
Sure.
And then we're gonna teach them to get more out of it than just a holiday. You know, you're gonna love it so much that you never know when you go with a Wong somewhere, you can't go wrong. You know, you're gonna have a fucking experience with the Master Wong here. You're gonna love it so much. You dream you're gonna be with me every day. And that's a problem. But
that's a
you're gonna
huge
love it.
problem, especially,
That's a problem.
especially for your missus.
What have you been up to?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been doing so much.
Except for wearing my shirts.
Listen, don't start. For those who are listening to the podcast,
You dress yourself up again, man.
For those who are listening rather than watching the podcast, I am dressed courtesy of Joe Long this week because I made the journey down here and got 3/4 of the way before I thought I forgot my. Before I even realised I forgot my shirt. My
But
jacket.
There's a reason, because you've got some other
I'm
pressures.
doing a lot at the moment. I'm right in the middle of. I've taken on a new role. Joe's alluding to my new position as entertainment's editor of the Voice newspaper.
Wow.
Round of applause for me. Round of applause for me.
I was talking to Rob, our man earlier, and he
Yeah.
said he said you got a new role, and he said it's a bacon roll.
No bacon, huh?
No bacon.
No bacon.
not a bacon roll.
I said I'd have the roll, keep the bacon. But no, it is a new role. I'm excited about it, mate. As
What are you
can
doing
tell
then?
by
What are
the
you doing?
Big smile on my face. Well, what am I doing? Everything. I'm going to do everything, mate. Obama, you ready? Yeah? Yeah? Think you're going to just relax now that you're not the man no more? No, I'm coming for you. We're going to do a couple of days, hopefully in Kenya, get you on camera, back home.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just putting it out there because, I'd like to do that. No, but seriously, the role is got great scope. I'm going to be doing everything from interviewing musicians to actors to
all sorts,
man.
You're gonna love it,
I'm going to be introducing you, Mr. Master Wong,
That'd be wicked,
to a
man.
few people that want to
Is it?
get involved in
Yeah, it would be
martial
wicked.
arts,
Yes.
as it were.
Joe will be in as well. That'd be
But
wicked.
yeah, I'm excited. But it's a lot though, mate. I'm doing 100. I feel like you, Joe.
Like me.
Yeah, because you do like 101 things when really
No,
you're
I
supposed to be
don't.
doing 100.
No, I
Yeah,
don't. No, I don't.
You do. You can see the grey bits coming in around the side. You know what I mean? Do you use back to black and Mr. Men and all them something there? Is
No.
it Mr. Men? What's it called, Rob?
Back to
Rob, trying to
black.
go like you know.
Back to black.
But I'll be joining you soon, mate. Because you can see
No, the
silver
grey's coming through. I haven't been to the barbers. Big up Champs Barbers, by the way.
Chump.
I can't
Champs
beat you up.
Barbers.
You know what I mean? I don't-
No, I need.
Can't cut you.
I haven't got my hair cut this week.
No.
I'm usually a bit sharper. Than
You
this.
are,
I
Joe.
come in
I
and
wasn't
Rob's-
gonna say, mate,
Rob,
'cause
Rob
I've
said
got
I'm
your
not
shirt.
shaven. He had a little pop at me. You're telling me I've got grey hairs coming through and I'm doing a lot.
Right, bruv, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm under pressure, eh?
You are. But it's self-imposed pressure. And what do they say about pressure?
Yeah.
Makes diamonds. And
That's
when
right.
we're ready to shine. Listen, there's a lot going on. Listen, you haven't finished with what's going on. I know you're up to other stuff. You've got.
I'm planning.
Yeah, you've got a few other bits in the pipeline. Talk to me about it, man. Free up the information, Joe. Free up the information.
Speak, man.
No,
Come on.
Man, you're not gonna tell me about the book deal.
When the book deal,
Yeah, you're not gonna tell-
we're working on a book
So I'm
deal.
exposing,
That's
man.
it.
See,
That's it. We're working
I
on a
told
book
them
deal.
we're working on the book deal.
I'm
now.
working on a book deal, people. That's it. That's as far as it goes.
Is it a spokesman? Sportswoman?
Sportsman.
Yeah.
Sportsman. Yeah.
Martial artist. Sorry.
Footballer. Cricketer.
Cricketer. I heard Monty Panasar's in the Jungle. Is it his book? In the
No,
Jungle. Yeah, apparently he's going to be on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. For those who don't know Monty Panasar, our transatlantic listeners who don't know what cricket is, it's the other form of baseball, that English form of baseball. We have stumps though. 2 sets of stumps actually. But yeah, no,
Big shout out to Monty.
Monty Panasar is a English cricketer who done good things. I know you used to manage him as well, didn't you, Joe?
Yeah, we worked with Monty quite a bit.
Obviously. Obviously.
But he went off the rails for a little bit.
Did he?
Started pissing on bouncers, going to nightclubs every 2
Piss
weeks.
on bouncer.
Did. What if someone pissed on you? What would happen?
No motherfucking piss on me. I'll piss on them. No motherfucking piss on me. I tell ya.
But if he was,
That's the last fucking thing I'm gonna let them do, man. I'll cut the fucking dick off
what happened?
and chop at their gob.
tell the story, Joe. Tell the story.
So
Because
what
it was
happened?
in the sun. It's out in the public knowledge. But
This
Monty,
was
you know it
about-
is as well.
What was this now? About 2 years ago?
I think it
Year
might be a bit
and half
longer.
ago?
A bit longer, I think.
Something like that. So we managed Monty for a little while, myself and another friend, and we was doing really good with him. We was doing a lot of appearances. We had a good sponsorship deal in place with him. TV shows, he was doing the right stuff. He was doing this, that, the other. But we was on a roll, and then he started to go out and party too much.
It's fair enough. It's fair
And
enough. It happens.
he went out in Brighton, and there's a club which sits on the seafront.
It's only one.
And you
Sorry,
then
sorry, I haven't been to Brighton,
you then when you leave it, you go upstairs onto the main walkway. But beneath is the club. But he decided to go upstairs
And piss down.
and piss down.
He didn't. To be fair
So
to him, he
it
probably blacked out. at that
Piss
point.
down to the bouncer head.
But he didn't realise.
Bouncer was below him.
So did he get
He didn't
smacked in there?
realise. Yeah, he got
A bit.
he got.
You got manhandled.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That
But,
is-
You got manhandled.
Yeah, but no, he's in the jungle apparently.
Well, that's a good shout for him because
They're
they're
not gonna piss any more animals. They're gonna bite your goddamn knob up in there.
He's
You
a
start
good
to
guy.
piss on animal, man. Come
you know
on.
what? He's a fun guy.
Yeah.
And I think he'll do well in there.
It'd be interesting to
He'll
see
do
how
well,
he
as long as
comes
he don't go off
across.
the rails.
It'd be interesting to see how he comes across because people don't really know him, though, do they?
They don't, and this is what we was trying to do when we was working with him. We was trying to get the public a bit closer to him because he's he's actually really into yoga.
Oh, right,
He's really
right.
into yoga. So when we done the Matthew Wright show, he started to do his yoga moves and whatnot. But he went down really well in there.
No, that's good. I mean, I'm glad to see sportsmen embracing extracurricular ways of making money. Why not? I'm a Celebrity, Get Me
It's
out
all
of here.
about the
pays
money though,
check.
right?
No, I heard the check is massive, so
Yeah, it's a good
why not? Man?
payday.
Get out
We
there,
was
get
actually
it
A lot
in.
of
talking
people
about
said,
that a few years
like
back.
you mentioned, man, money is not that important.
That's another subject.
It's another subject.
That's another subject
Yeah.
for another show. For those people that are interested in buying up this podcast that we're in, negotiations with, Money Matters. Just thought I'd put that out there. I really want to talk about athletes making segues into other areas to make money because that's what's happening in the world of mixed martial arts quite often, isn't it? We're seeing people branch out and Ronda Rousey's doing movies and but it seems to be the preserve of those with the greatest Twitter following or greatest social networking presence, greatest star quality, which I suppose is understandable. But there was a debate that surfaced.
They're going to get more
Exposure.
No, it's not just the exposure. If you've got a twinkle in your eye and you're shining,
People
are going to approach you for more and give you more options. It's a bit like you, Wong, where you've got such a following. You probably get quite a few options to do this, that, and the
Couple
other.
of pieces, yeah.
Couple of bits and pieces.
Few bits.
He's humble, his old one.
Yeah, he's very humble. I'm sure the phone rings. I'm sure the
The
email
inbox is-
goes.
the inbox
I've
is
seen your
jam.
I've seen your Facebook inbox, and it's full to the brim. Yeah, it's full to the brim. So don't even
Opportunity
start that.
knocking.
Yeah. So no, when you've got when you've got a twinkle in your eye and you're doing well,
Yeah.
more people are going to reach out.
No, of course. I mean, but that brings me on to my next thing, because I interviewed a mixed martial artist this week. Yeah, mixed martial artist this week who had a twinkle in his eye. You know, after his last victory, he had more than a twinkle in his eye. Actually, he had the whole world watching, because he attached his celebration, his post-fight celebration, to a big old campaign which was called Pokemon Go. Do you know the fighter I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Do you know the fighter I'm talking about?
I think so. I was there watching.
Oh, there you go. He's at ringside. Was he watching?
Of course I was.
Paying attention?
I was actually sat down.
Oh, actually, yeah, we know all about you.
I made quite a bit happen there.
He did. So, but we're talking about Michael Venom Page for those listening.
Ouss, Michael Venom Page.
We caught up with him ahead of his next fight. But before we get on to MVP, there was a debate, and this is
How
what-
have you just gone from money onto Michael
No,
Venom
because
Page?
this is why.
What's the link?
Hold your horses, Joe. Hold your horses. Because I want to know who earns more money, Bellator fighters or UFC fighters. Because there was a debate about ex-UFC fighters finding a new home at Bellator and earning more money and enjoying a bit more freedom. But I find that quite interesting, because you don't really hear that, do you? It looks like, to me, for all intents and purposes, you'd rather be a part of the UFC. No disrespect, Bellator. Love what you do. But you'd rather be a part of that bandwagon because financially it's more lucrative. Am I wrong, Joe? This is what I want to know.
Depends where you're coming from and what the athlete
I want to talk about the vast majority of fighters. So if we've got 100 fighters in Bellator and 100 fighters in the UFC, are the majority of those fighters better off over here or over here? I want to talk about the sharp end. There's always going to be a sharp end. And that will bring us on to MVP, who's going to make money no matter what. But what about the other fighters in the mid-tier, the entry-level fighters? Are they getting paid?
The talk is generally, you actually, as an athlete, will be better off with Bellator.
See, I find that...
It shocks you, doesn't it?
It does. And you know, I've heard this, and I find it hard to agree, because if you find... a platform in the UFC, the most exposed mixed martial arts platform in the world.
Correct.
If you find some kind of twinkle on that stage, you're probably better served in the long run. Whereas Bellator is, and always probably will be, second best.
Not always.
No. Who's going to overtake him?
I'm saying the gap could close, couldn't it?
Yeah, but I'll still be second best.
The gap's closing, isn't it?
I don't know if it is though. Is it?
I think it is.
But that's the debate.
I think the gap's
What
closing.
would you rather watch, a Bellator fight or a UFC fight?
UFC.
Yeah, and I think
It depends who's fighting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
Does it?
bigger. It's
Does it?
more
Or would
bigger,
you
isn't it?
just naturally gravitate to a UFC fight?
I personally think that UFC is the premier organisation.
So why is there a debate about who pays more then?
But because that's what's happening. That is factual. That is what's happening.
Well, if that is the case, and I'd like to get fighters, martial artists, feedback on that. Athletes. Anybody involved in sport, actually, to be honest with you. And fight fans. Everybody just come and let me know what you think about the fact that Bellator fighters are better off than UFC fighters, because I don't think the Premier...
Not all of them, I don't think.
No, but it can't be, because you've got Conor McGregor talking about he's looking to finish a year on a $40 million. He's earning $40 million.
For this fight?
No, for the year, he would have earned and taken home $40 million. You know? So, who's earning that in Bellator? No one.
I think if you put Conor McGregor... Okay. I personally think if you phoned up Audi Attar today and offered him a deal with Bellator, if he could jump ship tomorrow, I think, looking at it from a business point of view, he could potentially earn a lot more money being with Bellator, because the other opportunities around the fight he has access to.
Oh, right. So we're moving into commercial restraints then?
Yeah,
that
like
signed up to
the
UFC.
Reebok deal.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I understand that.
So
that makes sense.
he could sell whatever he wanted on Conor McGregor.
Do you think that's a hindrance for the UFC, that Reebok deal? Do Do you think that was a bridge too far? Because you
think-
can understand, you're a businessman, you can understand it from their perspective.
I think aesthetically, I personally like the Reebok deal. Right. I think aesthetically, it's done the sport a lot of good. Yeah, I think it's presented in a much more professional way and uniformed way. All right. Having a T-shirt with 20 sponsors on doesn't look that great. Yeah, especially when they're you know, their skulls and crossbones and this and that. You know, that sort of, that's gone, isn't it? That's another story we want to talk about another day. About retro funny. MMA T-shirts. Yeah. But I think commercially, there's more to be had outside of the cage by being with Bellator.
So maybe what UFC, and we know you're watching, need to take note on is the fact that, you know, give the fighters, the martial artists, sorry, it's a habit, give them a bit more scope to earn more money in and around.
Well, they used to, didn't they?
Well, yeah, and they clamped down on it. Maybe they went too far, and that's what is contributing to this exodus of fighters over to Bellator.
And I mean, there's
just the commercial freedom, you know. Wong, what if would you have Joe tie you down to one particular brand or organisation?
It all depends, doesn't it? If you're talking about the sport, then it look more tidy and cleaner.
I believe so, yeah.
For their uniform, it's just like football, innit? You know what I mean? And things like that. So I think it's for the brand, it's good, but for the athlete, it's not good for paying, innit? Because if they come in with different brand, with different logo, they might give you different price and they give different money maybe. Do you know what I mean? So for the fighter, maybe it's not very good, but for the company like UFC, of course it's better. It's stand-alone thing. Make everything neat and clean, innit?
Yeah.
Tell you what would
and
be...
they're paid.
And, yeah.
And get paid.
Yeah.
What would be good though for the UFC is if Michael Venom Page was to fight for the organisation. That's not a debate, is it? That'd be positive for them.
For who?
For UFC. He's currently a Bellator fighter. So if he was to make
why would he leave if he's earning more money with Bellator?
Well, obviously he uses that to leverage his position, and you know, given that we've got fighters like Conor who are able to earn the money that they are currently earning.
I think Michael. I've known Michael for many years, and he seems a loyal guy, and I think he's very happy with where he's at and the freedom he has with Bellator. But what was he saying?
Without further ado, let's cut to the chase. This is the interview this week with Michael Venom Page. This is the Combat and Strength podcast with me, Campbell,
Wong and Long.
Tune in every week for all things fighting, fitness, combat and strength.
Ouss.
Mike, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. People are going to start taking note now when you make predictions, you know, moving into a fight. Mm-hmm. You prepared for that, sir? I mean, you've kind of
always. If you to be fair, I just see it as if you're not prepared, then prepare to fail, because it's one of those kind of games that the smallest thing can change can change the result, man. So you have to cover all areas. So you have to be prepared, man.
When all the cameras are put away and you're celebrating a win like that with your family, friends, close ones, coaches and stuff, what does that look like? What does that feel like?
In honesty, I think it was a weird, especially when we were still at the event, because you still ain't come down yet. You're still enjoying that moment. It still feels like I'm walking out again, because come back, people were going nuts. Like when I was walking out afterwards, everyone was taking pictures, and it was just, the atmosphere was crazy. And then we with Joe Long, massive shout out to him for organising the after party as well.
I couldn't get into that, you know. It was that jam.
Man, it was crazy. And the thing is, like, I was doing all the media stuff after, so I was trying to rush to get there to come and see everyone. And then it was just wicked to see all friends, family, just certain people that, you know, sometimes you ain't even seen them for ages. So it's always that occasion that brings you. And when it's an occasion like that and it's gone that well, it's even better to kind of, like, you know, see them, have them there. It was amazing. And then the next day, you know, sometimes even when I woke up, I was just lying there like, right, that just happened. You know what I mean? That just happened. And it still shocks me sometimes, man. And it was an amazing night. and then amazing next few months to be fair, because it was just the hype of it we're just going nuts around on internet. So
I saw. I mean, I'll get to that in a second. I want to talk about it, the post-match, the post-fight press conference, where you reiterated the whole idea that, you know, you really want to be a legend.
Yeah.
You want to leave a legacy in the sport.
Yeah.
I want to know, I want to understand that. So I want to know what that looks like in MVP's mind. What's it going to take from your perspective to achieve that status?
You know what it is? I think the more people recognize the effectiveness of a specific style, it just becomes like any kind of fad. It becomes the go-to. If I want to know, if I'm listening to a conversation of two friends, one of them just started MMA. Oh yeah, just started MMA. Okay, how you finding it? Yeah, like what styles are you learning? Did you learn that hands down style? Because I know that style's one of the best styles. And a lot of the times they ain't really researched into it. They just know that hands down style, what I'm representing, is working for, like, every time I step in the cage, or every time someone steps in the cage with that kind of style, it's working for them. So in their eyes, that's the best one to go to, and that's where I feel, okay, that's when it's taken off. When people that don't even really know the sport are like, no, but you need to make sure you do that kind of style, though. You need to have that hands down style. You saw Michael Page, man. You saw how it's working for him.
So it works. Yeah,
it works. And that's when I'm saying, that's when I know that you know, I'm whatever I'm doing at the time or whatever I've done beforehand is what is working.
Just before this question, you mentioned how crazy it went afterwards. The celebration was quite something, mate. Very, very smart, even if I do say myself. Did that add, I mean, what did that do for you in terms of attracting a new audience, new fans, and what happened afterwards that was kind of mad for you that made you think, wow?
The list of names that you draw attention to when something like that goes off, and I think it was like a week and a half, I was like #1 trending on Facebook. Like every day there's multiple aspects to it. It wasn't just the Pokemon, obviously, because of the bad injury as well, and obviously the jump knee. So there was like 3 different things that was drawing that attention to that fight, and it was crazy. Like it just went off. So the amount of people that you get that contact you that probably wouldn't have any interest in MMA, they'll contact you for the sake of contacting you, or just wanting to, even sometimes they don't even know what they're contacting you for. They just want to know, can we do something together? In their head, they're just reaching out to see, can something happen? Because I love what I just saw, and then I've watched back, and now I love that even more. I've seen all the rest of your stuff now as well, and it's not just a one-off fluke. I've seen you do it now. Like, cool. So I'm a supporter, man. It was wicked.
Yeah, that must have been mad. Obviously, you called the shot as well. So did Pokemon Go come in?
The Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Listen.
Did they come in? Did they step?
It was
there conversations?
Because we spoke to a couple of the guys in the Nintendo circuit, and I agree with what they're saying as well. They said their market is for more the younger kids. So having an MMA athlete in there, it was very hard to network. But they said they love what I did. They're like, it was like massively appreciated, which is good. Still,
it's amazing that they would say that when you look at their unofficial marketing strategy. I never see no kids. I saw a load of adults walking over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Adults were hooked in the game just as much as anybody else. So the fact that they couldn't envelope you is quite surprising. Anything special for when you beat Gonzalez? Because I assume you're going to beat Gonzalez.
Yeah, no, well, I always say I wait until closer to the time, because, and the reason I say that is because nowadays things don't last long enough. You know what I mean? Even down to the Pokemon Go thing, a month later, everyone's just like, okay, I'm done with that now. So things don't last long enough. So I need to make sure that when I'm looking at something in terms of a celebration, it's something of around that time. So I'm usually already in America, already a couple of days out of the fight, when I'm looking around the internet, when we're researching, when we're talking, with mainly me and my family, because we're family just full of jokers, man. So we're always like joking, like, this would look good, no, that looked good, and we're laughing about it. And then when we all kind of like, no, that would be sick, then we were like, okay, look, we've got no time to actually make this happen now, and then we just get to work.
How's preparation going for that fight?
I'm just feeling so good. I'm feeling good. Weirdly enough, I'm actually bigger than I would normally be, and I feel a lot stronger. Generally, do feel a lot stronger, and cutting the weight's still been easy, so there's no stress. I'm looking forward to this fight, mainly because he's the first person I legit want to punch in the face.
What's that, mate? What's he done?
He's just been like running his mouth, like chasing me around like an ex-girlfriend. So it's been a bit annoying. I'm more annoyed that I've actually taken notice. And it was more from the last fight when we were supposed to have the fight in the UK. He couldn't make it. Cool, no problems. That stuff doesn't really bother me. Like, if it's not your name, it's going to be someone else's name. I've never been a fan of that argument. Oh, well, you pulled out this minute and that. Who cares? It's part of the game. We train hard, so expect injuries, expect the unexpected in this kind of game. So that's cool. But then knowing that he is no longer involved in the picture, he was like talking online, saying that I've pulled out the fight, which for me, now, if my fans and my supporters know that I've pulled out a fight here, or believe that I pulled out a fight here, people stop buying tickets. This is no longer anything to do with it. So now you're messing around with me and my well-being, my finance. I'm taking that personally. You see what I mean? So you're trying to reach over from there. It had nothing to do with you, and put your hand in my pocket. I'm taking that personally. And that's where the video was inspired from, when I actually did a reply video. And again, I'm not into the too much hype, so I made it a bit jokey, a bit fun, and I prefer that. But still, I legit want to punch him in the face.
It's serious business, sir.
Yeah, no, serious business.
It's serious business, because obviously you can't let a man like that take the L, right?
No, 100%. Right? That's standard. That doesn't change regardless if I actually have an issue with you or not.
Even more so, though. Even more.
No, of course.
Even more so.
It can't be you.
He's talked himself into the fight, effectively.
100%, he talked himself into the fight, and because we did a bit more press than we'd normally do. Actually, I've met him and had a face-off with him already, and I looked into his eyes, and I believe he only just realised what he's just signed into.
So he knows how deep it is now.
I think he knows how deep it is now, and you can't go anywhere. You can't back out of it. Because of the way you've been talking about me backing out of a fight, you definitely can't back out of a fight.
Where's his strengths and weaknesses?
For me, I already see a lot of people will see him as a conventional fighter, because his style's it's not massively elusive, but there is a lot of subtleties in his game that actually makes him a very awkward fighter. But this is where I love martial arts. That's why when I study someone, I'll study movements, and we all do it in this gym. We're very analytical about foot position and this and that. So when we pick up on things like that, and we've got guys doing exactly what he's doing, and it's easy. It's not hard to replicate. It's just it can be easily overlooked. So some people might look at his fighting style and be like, "Yeah, I know exactly what I'll do," and then fight him and be like, "I did not expect that." But I'm ready for it, man. We've seen the style. We obviously had to prepare for him a few times before anyway. I'm ready for it. I already know exactly what I'm wanting to pull off, the moves that I got set ready for him, and he's going to eat it.
Well, after you win that fight, we'd obviously want you to come on a Combat and Strength podcast and talk about the win and talk about 2017. I'd imagine after that you're going to wind down, take a holiday. What does the holiday period look like for you?
This holiday period actually just pulls me away for a long time. I'm going away to America, doing a little bit of a tour with my partner. Me and her, it's like a train tour going around a few different states, and then by the end of it, I'm actually going back to Florida to see my nephew, see my brothers, my in-laws, and we're going to Disneyland, like a little family trip. Spending Christmas together. I think it's just going to be. I'm actually looking forward to that. You know what I mean?
I can imagine you guys are fighting and training all year, dieting all year, all of that. So I can imagine this fight comes right at the right time for you to really enjoy that whole period.
100%. Because usually I'll do things, and then the second I'm back in the UK, I'm back in the gym. It's not okay. So let me wind down for another couple of weeks because I'm probably going to have a fight now. It's training straight back in, and it's not okay. Yeah, soft training. A lot of the times I'll come back and one of my teammates, he's got a fight coming up, so we're back in to make sure that okay, we're preparing him. So I'm pushing him. I'm next to him. I'm still working almost the same as if I'm going back in for another fight. So it's non-stop.
Where's the, your favourite holiday destination or somewhere you haven't been that you'd like to go?
You know what? It's weird. I enjoy being around different cultures, man. I really do enjoy seeing the world. So anywhere new, I'd love to go to Japan. I'd love to go and spend a bit more time that side. Just random places like Fiji. You know what I mean? People don't necessarily. It's not like a popular spot, but I just want to. I would love to go and see the culture, see the history. I love that kind of stuff.
How long would you see yourself doing this for? If you weren't doing this, what else would you do? The reason I asked that is because from the first time I interviewed you 6 years ago now at UCMMA, I got the impression that you eat, breathe, shit, MMA, martial arts, fighting. I can't really, there's a lot of people I'm around, I could see them doing something else. You, I couldn't really envisage. I mean, what would you do if you wasn't doing this?
Yeah, it's weird. Martial arts is my life anyway, so I think I'd always have been in martial arts, whether I took it as a profession. That would be where the debate comes in. I'd always be doing it, but I've always, because of that, been very good at picking up other stuff in terms of sport. Anything to do with me moving my body, comfortable. I used to play football and was really good playing football. I had trials here and there, and I was one of those people that jack of all trades, so I never stuck to anything long enough to keep going in the direction I was. I'll be doing really well. Some guys like, oh look, you're really good at basketball, come and do this. Okay, go and play basketball. Okay, go and play cricket. Okay, I got offered to do skiing. He's like, man, I want to train you for the Olympics. But again, the only thing that I stuck at was the martial arts. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I was into so many different sports, and it felt not comfortable. But I'm very visual, very visual. I'll see something, I can mimic it very well, and then just push from there. And when I'm interested in something, I'm interested in it, and I pick it up.
You obviously can't do this sport forever. So what do you allow yourself? I mean, you got this legacy to achieve and all the rest of it, but do you allow yourself to look beyond the cage, beyond fighting, and start to visualize a post-fight career, so to speak?
From the beginning, when I came into here, I saw my whole career, and it is dominating the MMA world, creating so much noise, building up my brand of the hands down, making it something that it stands for something in martial arts, full stop, and it'll be there for, as long as the jiu-jitsu's there, you're gonna see it. And then for me personally, I'm doing a lot of little side projects anyway, because again, I am looking to the future. I'm looking to my future kids, my living, and just relaxing and actually having a nice life where I can go around and travel a bit more and just spend time with the people that I want to spend time with.
How many kids you want?
It's a hard one, because I love kids.
It's not hard, man. You can answer the truth from the man perspective. I know you talk to the missus. It's not the same.
I'd say three.
3.
2, 3.
You gotta start soon, though, bro.
It's one of those things that, like, I see people have their first one and they're like, and they was all talking 3, 4 kids, and after the first one they're like, boy, I might have to still here. I have to sit on this one kid for a little while, because it's tougher than I expected. So when it happens, it happens. You know what I mean?
I hear that. Listen, I'm not going to be around for this media workout today. I've got to go cover Chelsea, Man United. Big, massive game. What team you support?
United, man.
You're United, man. So who's going to win that?
Man.
Jose coming back to...
Yeah, I know. It's going to be an exciting one. Obviously, I'm just hoping that they've been on good form recently. I'm just hoping that this is a game that I feel they need to make a stand on this one. Chelsea actually also have been improving on their game. Costa's come back to life. Hazard's come back to life. So I'm gonna need Barley and their man in the back sorting them guys out, man. Valencia looked really good the other day. He is anyway, very fast, very strong.
He's adapted that right back well, though.
He's adapted to that really well. And at first, when they were putting him back there, I wasn't sure. He was a bit clumsy because he's such a big guy. He was a bit clumsy because he's moving fast and he's big. He was hitting people and they're flying. But now I really like the way he stepped up.
Shrewd move, man. Very, very shrewd move.
Yeah.
What do you? So I'm not going to be here for this workout.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be able to see the moment where you
you show the move that's going to finish the fight. So can you just tell me, please? Like,
You know what? I'm not even gonna show the move this time.
No?
I'm not even gonna show the move this time.
why not? What are you going to tell me
But
then?
this one's a special one. It's even hard to explain. This one's a special one. Like, and I said I got some crazy stuff in the locker that you see on Street Fighter, and I kid you not. You see on Street Fighter. If I was to throw the move and like just demonstrate it, people would be like, "You ain't hitting nobody with that." I'll be like, all right, cool, no problem. When you see me in the cage and that gets slapped on somebody's face, it's gonna be like, okay, I ain't never denying this guy again. So,
Well, you heard it here first. Listen, good luck, mate. Really appreciate it. Like I said, come back on the show when you've won.
100%.
Just before you start that holiday, yeah?
Yeah. So I'll be back just in time to jump on your show. I'll give you all the dates and stuff. We'll organise that definitely.
Peace, bless, man. Appreciate it. Look off.
This is the Combat and Strength podcast with me, Campbell.
Wong.
And Long.
Tune in every week for all things fighting and fitness, combat and strength.
Ouss.
That was Michael Venom Page, who, you know, everybody was entertained by. He's flying knee, entertained the world. I actually done a video with him and a Jermaine Facey, who I think executed a flying knee in very similar fashion. Well, it was similarly devastating.
That hole in the head.
Yeah, I know, the hole in the head.
Disgusting, innit?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Jermaine's wasn't nowhere near as good as
No,
Michael's.
it was a debate.
Sorry, Jermaine.
It was a debate for me still. Facey,
No,
I
I'm
got-
sorry, Jermaine.
I got your back, Facey. It was a debate.
Nowhere near it.
It
mate.
was class.
No,
Jay,
it was
class.
good. It was classy, but it was nowhere near it.
The damage maybe, but
Yeah.
Jermaine
No, the
really
timing.
from across the ring, the cage, and
Yeah,
landed.
but he didn't feint and hit as the person was coming forward. He was attacking.
Yes.
I love you, Jermaine, but it was nowhere near as good.
All right.
Michael, I love you.
Right,
What's
we're
happening with
gonna get Michael on the show, as he said, after he wins his next
And
fight.
Jermaine.
So, yeah. And Jermaine. Yeah, I know Jermaine wants to come on here and spout all sorts about the UFC, but we'll leave that. We're gonna segue into this week's 5 fit tips, which are provided by former Olympian. Well, actually, there's no such thing as a former Olympian. They're just Olympians. I need to school people on that one because I nearly made a mistake myself. Olympian Jeanette Kwakye, who is on the phone now. Jay, you there?
I am indeed.
You're going to be providing us with our fit tips this week. I'm glad to have you on. But, you know, just before I do that, tell our listeners and viewers a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, as you said, yes, an Olympian. 2008 was probably my best year. Beijing Olympics back in China, amazing times. But they're at the 100-meter Olympic final. So since then, I've retired, moved on into sports media. So just doing things from the other side, really, but really enjoying it and, you know, living off the memories, really, Jay.
Yeah, no, I know how it is, girl. That was a fantastic year, 2008, for you, because obviously you had the World Indoors as well, where you came second, produced what is still the British record over 60 metres, is that right?
Indeed, I now share it. So I share it with Dina Ashley Smith, and she's a great person to share it with. I don't mind sharing with her at all. But yeah, that's the last thing I'm holding on to, Jay. Last thing.
Well, listen, it's a good thing to hold on to, man. You've got a place in history forever, so that's all good. Listen, our viewers are going to be really interested in your 5 fit tips, not least because you're a former athlete, but because they're going to really want to know if you're still keeping up that level of fitness now, Jeanette.
Well, not really, but what I've done this week
That's
with
not
you
very-
guys.
You see, Master Wong's got something to say. What are you saying? Well, what's the...
That's not very good to the positive, is
It's
it?
not very positive, huh? Well, at least I don't think she's quite eating chips for breakfast. So before we start, Jay, I'm going to count you down, right? We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, as we do with all our fit tip contributors. Are you ready, young lady?
I am indeed.
All right, 5.
So set some goals, write them down, and stick to them. That's always the best way to go about things.
4.
Make a playlist of music. I was always motivated by music. Switch it up a little bit. Always switch it up every few weeks as well, because it can get a bit stale and a bit boring, but put in some really big beats to keep you going.
3.
I would say grab some friends. Go and join a team. It's always easier when there's more of you. You can measure your progress against one another, and friends will always motivate you.
2.
Make a note of progress in a diary. A lot of people like to jump on the scales every day to see if they're losing the weight, or look in the mirror to see if they're getting gains. My big thing, write things down in the diary, and then you'll be able to see if the numbers are going up and down, and that's better for you.
1.
And finally, I would say, get outside. Don't get stuck in a routine. Use the parks, use fields, outside, do that. The fresh air will do you so much good, and also you'll save on gym fees.
Brilliant. Listen, thanks for that. I know 2 of those resonated with my colleagues here. Joe's a playlist don. Yeah, like he'll send everybody a playlist in his contact list. Like, here guys, go and train to this. You do like a playlist, don't you?
I like a playlist, Jeanette. What's your top 3 music to train to tracks, Jeanette?
It always changes. I can't actually just give you a specific track or a tune, but I will say I'm big on house music, big on hip hop, and I love a bit of R&B. So wherever I'm feeling at the time, where my training's going, those are the kind of genres that I'll listen to.
And I know Master Wong, he's a man he trains anywhere as well. Like, he's going to the Vietnam jungle next May. You might want to go with him, Jeanette. But yeah, I know that one would have resonated with you. Use the parks, use the canals, use wherever.
Do whatever, because you can't have the weight at home all the time. When you can't prepare weight with your all thing of that.
Very
do
true.
whatever you can, innit?
Very true. Listen, Jay, thanks for your time again, right? But tell our viewers, listeners, where they can get hold of you, follow you on your social and all the rest of it.
You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Jeanette Kwakye, and that's JeanetteKwakye. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you're up to, and I'd love to keep in touch.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Thanks for your time, babe. Speak soon, right?
Thank you.
Look after. Right.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jeanette. She was a top girl, wasn't she?
She was indeed, mate.
You know what? I'm going to put it out there,
Go on.
and I'll probably get ruined for this.
Go on, mate. Go on, mate.
She's the best one with it.
They were really good, weren't they?
I really liked them.
They were really
they
good.
They was quite broad,
Yeah.
but they
Different,
They
little
hit the
different.
point. Yeah, different.
They were really good.
Different.
And that's the whole point of doing them. Everybody's got a different way of approaching
Everyone's got
things.
different takes.
Do you know what I mean? And when you
Yeah.
ask people for their fit tips, it is quite interesting to see what
What they come back. Yeah, I like that.
Definitely.
Really did like
Thanks
that.
a lot, Jeanette Kwakye. Really appreciate it. That wraps up our show for this week. It's been interesting. It's been emotional. Joe's still not going to tell us whose book he's negotiating for. You going to tell us? No? We know it's a man. We know it could possibly be martial arts. Could be cricket.
Could be boxing, couldn't
Could
it?
be boxing. Could be anything. Could be anything. Who knows, isn't it? Follow him.
Could be Wing Chun.
Follow him on his social networking. He might announce it to you like before he does us.
At
Wong-
Fighters Inc., baby.
And jump on Wong. Listen, jump on Master Wong's trip to Vietnam. 30 spaces, £1,200 gone in a hot minute. Like, it's not gonna hang about. So
Yeah, if people like to come, then yeah, this is the trip of your lifetime. You're not going to regret it. You're going to love it so much. You won't make bloody, you'll love it.
14 days is 13 days too long for me. I can't train that intense. It's a bit too much. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give that one a pass, but definitely gonna look forward to the footage. And like I said, don't miss a trick. We'll see you next week, guys, for the Combat and Strength podcast.
Thanks for tuning in,
Yeah.
people. See you soon.
Bye-bye.